everybody. We are leaving Stone. A couple of days here. Had Charlie over the weekend. It's pleasant. The weather is, although overcast, it is very muggy. It's warm. I didn't even get the cleavage button undone. Ooh. So yeah, I'm not going to go far today. I'm just going to play it by ear. So might have to do one lock. Not a problem. I am built for locking. Let's get going. It's been really pleasant this last couple of days. Is September going to be summer swan song? I hope so. Maybe just squeeze it into October would be nice as well. But yeah, this is probably what we should have had in August, but never mind. We'll have it now. Have a look, see what effort that makes. So obviously if I had the boat in the lock, you would never open a gate paddle until it was more or less covered. But obviously there's no boat in, so it's everything open. Let's get it filled.
A picture we took many years ago, when I said to you we would never grow old. Messages I've saved that I never send, cause I don't know you, but I used to back then. I remember that I was drunk out my mind when we kissed for the first time. In the back of your car we passed out counting stars.
So one of the modern day accoutrements that really anybody who's living on a boat should have is good internet. Now I thought when I got on the boat, I thought, oh, I can live without internet, oh, I'm a hero. But the reality is you can't live without internet. Even, probably the most important thing from a communication standpoint, in this modern day world and since lockdown, FaceTime and video calls have become the norm. and you can get them with good internet. And I think really without a good internet connection you're going to struggle to communicate, and you may even possibly struggle to entertain yourself. I mean, there is also that old-fashioned thing called reading a book, but then you need internet for that these days, because I download most of my books off the internet. So yeah, if there's one thing you're going to bring with you onto a boat, it's a good internet. You can't live without it like I thought you could. It's just too integrated into modern day society, I'm afraid. So yeah, and I think with good internet you're never going to feel alone. So yeah, that's my thought of the day.
I was drunk on my mind when we kissed for the first time. In the back of your car we passed out counting stars.
Promise all these years we pack our things and disappear. I never thought I would see you here.
Try to replace you with somebody out there.
If I didn't chase you, would you even care?
And if I lost my mind, would you come around? I will keep you safe and sound after all this time.
Boats are strange things, because when you pass moored boats, half of them look deserted. I mean, half of them probably are deserted, but then others which you know are not, because they've got chairs out, they've got doors open, the hatches open. But where are the people? Who only knows? It's like we stop in these beautiful places and then go and lock ourselves inside our boats. I must admit, I'm probably guilty of it myself, really. That's the dog's fault, to be honest with you. But yeah, and like you say, this seems to be a very popular, and I may stop here on the way home. I mean, the views are stunning. The canal is lovely and wide, so you shouldn't get rocked about too much. So yeah, I'll make a mental note of this one, and I might stay here on the way home. That's beautiful. I can't really say much more. So I felt lucky on that lock. A boat came out of it as I approached, and then there was a boat waiting to come up, but they locked me down. Very easy, very well done. Thank you very kindly. So now we're just going to poople along to in between Bridge 80 and 79, I'm hoping, just past the village of Weston upon Trent. That's what I'm hoping. Batteries are telling me it's on full charge, so we're laughing. got an empty pot, I could stay here for weeks. I'm not gonna. You do tend to lose all sense of time on the boat. I've just had to look at the clock and it's 2:30. I haven't got a clue what time I set off. I'm going to say around about 12 o'clock or after, or it could have been 1 o'clock, I don't really know. But yeah, just putting along at these slow speeds, you just lose all track of time. I don't even know what day it is half the time. I've really got to think hard what day it is. So, I've had a slight change of plan. Come through Bridge 82 and it's very pleasant. Alright, I'll give you the downsides of it. It's right next to the railway. And there's a main road over there. But it is generating quite a lot of noise. But I think that will subside at night time. And I think from the trains that I've seen going through it, it is the main line. So I don't think you're going to get many like local trains every 10 minutes. Probably going to be big trains every half an hour to an hour. So I'm not too worried because once you're in the boat you get pretty much used to it. So yeah, so this is home for the night. Unless I change my mind, I can always untie. But the normal rule of thumb is once you're tied up and you stay. This is me signing off. I can't stop here and listen to that all night. I'm gonna have to move. And it's such a shame because it's a lovely, pretty little spot. But yeah, I could cope with the road. It's over there and you don't hear it after a while. But you can't cope with that every bloody half hour. So moving on. Yeah, it was all tied up nicely. Got a great spot because I had a tree under the bow under a tree, sorry, because there's some shade, yet the midsection was not under a tree and was getting solar. It's the best of both worlds. And then I was having a little nap on the sofa, the way you do when you're in the boating life, you know, a little siesta. And then one of them trains went past and nearly rocked me off the bloody sofa. So yeah, I'm sorry. Pretty spot, but I can't stay there. If I can catch a train, I'll try and catch it, but normally by the time I turn the camera on, they've gone, they're going that fast.
Feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Canals are very different in different seasons, and this stretch of canal is much prettier than I remember it. Very pretty, and I'm really enjoying myself. It's cooled down a bit as well now. So yeah, really pretty stretch of canal, and it just shows what a couple of months difference makes. Because it was probably, I don't know what, end of April when I last came around here, I think. I'll have to check back at the vlogs I suppose, but really nice, pretty, enjoying myself no end.
Yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me.
That was a pleasant lock. There's such a thing as a pleasant lock. It was nice and easy. Wasn't pressured by anybody else because it's fairly late now. It's great stuff. Happy days. Let's get the frick out of here. You may have noticed that I'm not using my new windlass. I'm using the aluminium one. I tried the new one, long handled, too long. It's too long. 90% of the paddles that you do, short handle's fine, no problem. But it isn't worth carrying the long handle one round with you for the 10% that need it. So, would I recommend buying a long-handled windlass? Not really. Well, I've not seen one. I mean, there may be other lock lights and stuff that I haven't encountered yet that require a long-handled one. I'm waiting for Charlotte and Emma to come down and help at some point. And you let them have a go at it, see if they think it's any better. I'm hoping that is the key, but for me, I'm back to the old faithful short-handled aluminium. I'll be honest with you, I will, when I get to a chandlery, buy a short-handled version of what I bought, because I like it. It's metal, it's not aluminium. Got a bit of weight behind it. So that is a review by Messer Riley. Places like this, just up to that, these have no mooring restrictions, and I can stay here for 14 days if I want. And why would I not want to? It's the middle of nowhere. Trouble is, toilet facilities won't last 14 days. Well, my toilet will last 14 days now, actually, because I've now got 2 bases for my porta potty. So I can go twice as long, so I can actually go nearly 2 weeks. You'd have to run the engine quite a lot to complement the solar. But yeah, and in winter you'd have to run the engine an awful lot. because you hardly get any solar. And really you need to be running the engine at least 8 to 10 hours a week. So if you sat there for a whole week, that's nearly an hour a day. So yeah, when you don't have restrictions, there's also places like this as well where you got no chance of parking.